Good morning, this is Keloland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Police say they've arrested a Sioux Falls man in connection to a deadly pedestrian crash in the central part of town.
Police say 49-year-old Kelly Leonard Schwartz is charged with DWI. The crash happened just before 5:30 Tuesday night at the intersection in the central part of the city.
Police say an SUV was heading east when it hit a man in the road. The 65-year-old victim later died at a local hospital.
The Lyon County Courthouse in Rock Rapids, Iowa is significantly damaged after a burglary.
The sheriff's office says the damage includes writing on walls, broken glass, tipped over Christmas trees, and other items tossed around.
Dan Cruz lives across the street from the courthouse. He says something like this happening in Rock Rapids is out of the ordinary.
Obviously, there's break-ins every great once in a while in different places and stuff, but to have the courthouse, I think a building like that, a historic building like that, it's quite surprising.
The sheriff's office says the courthouse may be closed for the next few days.
There were no county employees inside the courthouse at the time of the burglary. Suspect information has not been released.
A wildfire started east of Keystone Wednesday afternoon.
Pennington County Emergency Management has lifted a get set to go warning as of 10 p.m. last night. What is being called the Greyhound Fire is in the area of Highway 40 between Playhouse Road and Rushmore Ranch Road. Officials say it's around 200 acres in size. The Keystone Community Center is open for anyone affected by the fire. With the high winds, this is still a developing story. We'll keep you up to date on air and online. Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munn. Good morning, Scott.
All right, a lot going on in weather. We've had the strong winds across western South Dakota this morning, continuing into the later part of the morning. By the afternoon, those winds will die down in western Keloland. Numerous damage reports coming in from western South Dakota in and around Rapid City, that wind gust of 100 miles per hour. So we do have these high wind warnings that do cover much of Keloland, and this too as we continue to follow these snow showers that move across northeastern South Dakota, reducing visibilities. And we'll continue to follow this as they just added a winter weather advisory just to the north of Sioux Falls. And yes, that is a blizzard warning in extreme northeastern Keloland. Brian will have more details coming up.
Thank you, Scott. A month after battling cases of canine distemper, the Sioux Falls Humane Society is facing another health challenge. This time, it's impacting its cats.
The shelter has paused all cat adoptions and surrenders after one of the cats became severely sick. Shelter staff say the cat recently arrived in a group of cats that all came from the same location.
Staff are now testing any cats that may have come into close contact.
We immediately go into who was this cat in contact with, what vaccinations do they have, where did they come from, what areas of the shelter have they been in.
Shelter staff are reminding pet owners to vaccinate their animals.
The organization is also in need of monetary donations to care for its pets. They also need cleaning supplies like sponges and towels.
There's one weekend left before Christmas. Multiple weekends of wintry weather have been a challenge for local businesses.
We checked in with Geierman's Clothing Company in Pipestone. One co-owner has seen the impact of snowy weekends.
Our customers are lovely, and people like to support small because that's what keeps the community thriving and alive, and they do unless they can't get here.
There's no snow in the forecast for this weekend, which hopefully will be good news for small businesses.
The new winter ice ribbon at Jacobson Plaza in downtown Sioux Falls opened last month, but it isn't the only skating option in the city.
Sioux Falls Parks and Recreation has closed 4 of the 6 outdoor ice rinks that were open last winter, but Memorial Park and Tut Hill Park are once again available for skaters, though their days may be numbered.
The cost is very high. It does take a lot of time to just, provide and shoot the water into the rinks. It's a lot of overnight shifts for our team, a lot of extra hours. So the costs really don't outweigh the benefits of being able to skate.
Nelson says cities similar in size to Sioux Falls are moving to refrigerated ice like the ribbon at Jacobson Plaza, and that the city could pursue partnerships to add more refrigerated ice in the future.
As for now, the rinks at Memorial and Tut Hill will officially open for the season at 4 o'clock tomorrow, weather permitting. It's the first time in more than 5 years the rinks have opened prior to January.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check of your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, take a look at this camera. This is Miller, South Dakota. I know many of you, as we're putting this online here as of the bottom of the hour, this is recorded video here just a few minutes ago before 7:30. And you're looking at 60-mile-an-hour winds with just blowing snow. Very challenging. Again, that's one example of what we've been watching this morning. We've had destructive winds in Rapid City, 100-mile-an-hour wind gusts there, 100 miles per hour in Buffalo, South Dakota. We've had numerous trees down, powers out, a lot of things happening. There's a view from Rapid City from earlier, too. So as we get daylight, we're going to be tracking all of the damage and just all of these reports. And for some of you, I know it's been a long night of hearing those howling winds. Eureka, you've been dealing with this, too, some snow and wind. So a lot of cameras. You can check out all of the live resources here at KELOLAND.com. I want to go into damage reports. And again, these are all the reports we've had basically from 1 in the morning until about 7 or 6 local time here in Rapid. Again, that's the worst one is 101. That was 4 miles south of downtown Rapid City. And if you hunt around, you're going to find numbers 80 to 90, really common all around Rapid City. There's 2 more of them. And again, a lot of wind out to Ellsworth. There's one east of downtown Rapid City, 91. So I think it kind of communicates the story there. I want to go out from there because I noticed we've had some 95 to 100-mile-an-hour winds northwest of Fairburn. Okay, so that takes us down into Custer County. And it's been, pretty bad with that kind of wind there parallel to Highway 79 in southwest South Dakota. So just be careful. In some cases, it'd be better not to be out, but if you are out, and I know that's one thing this morning is a lot of folks have to be to work and those kind of things, just be extra careful to debris that's on the roads and all those kind of things that would go with that. Power's out, but we are seeing some improvements. It's still well over 10,000 customers as of 7:30. Okay, I got to zoom back over because we've had the development of snow and wind in the east, and we've got winter weather advisories in blue. That means downright not great weather. I'll just say that with blowing snow and reduced visibility. The thing is, it's not enough snow, at least as of this hour, to create a full blizzard. But it gets blizzard-like at times when the wind is blowing and you can't see from time to time. These are wind gusts as of 7 a.m., 83 in Rapid City, 70 in Phillip. Phillip's been up in the 80 to 90 mile an hour range as well. Even Pierre and Fort Pierre hasn't been very good either, but not quite as severe as the far west. High wind warnings in effect. Sioux Falls is going to get the worst of the wind through midday. The rain overnight is going to freeze up. The temperature is falling fast, and that's also another story as we watch this whole system. There's Futurecast. Again, you can see that little comma head there spinning around that low pressure center, and that's creating that additional snowfall that we are observing. So please be careful. That's the bottom line on all of that today. The wind forecast, I know you're curious about that today. The good news is Rapid City, the winds are going to go down every hour. I think once we get past the next couple, things are getting a lot better. 1 o'clock in this afternoon, Rapid City gusting to 38. Mitchell, Sioux Falls, we're still gusting over 50. Okay, so we do have to kind of trade places a little bit on that story as we end the afternoon. And again, that's really the story here as we round out our day. There's a look at Futurecast. It picks up on the snow squalls that are happening East River. And again, that takes us through midday. This afternoon, that should also decrease a little bit. So worst of that is this morning. All right, a lot of weather we've covered. Good news is the extended is dry and quiet, and that is definitely some news we need to hear. 30s this weekend, 40s next week ahead of Christmas. I guess if there's one bad story, well, if you're hoping for a white Christmas, may not happen for some of us. It looks like we are going to melt quite a bit as we go into next week. All right, that's weather. A lot more live online at KELOLAND.com. Stay with us throughout the day.